Yo, Siggy here. I'm gonna bring you a vlog. I'm gonna go ahead and touch on the gun debate. I know that there was a huge, battle in regards to America being divided on gun control, gun violence, and the right to bear arms, things of the nature. Obviously, what happened in Aurora, Colorado a couple of weeks ago was very tragic. My heart goes out to the victims and their families. I think the media handled the situation, inappropriately. They were very insensitive to the victims and the families by, starting this whole, gun debate issue and gun control. I think that there's a time and place for it, and I think maybe now would be the time. Obviously at that time back, whenever it happened was not the time, and I think the media was wrong for that. So I just want to start by saying, I understand there's two sides. There's a pro, gun people, and there's a against guns, line. I mean, if you draw the line right in the middle, you're gonna have almost 50-50 probably for guns and against guns. So obviously I believe in the right to bear arms. As you can tell behind me, I have guns. There was some tweets that I saw that were disturbing to me as an American, like, that the right to bear arms is something that is expired now, that for, somehow times have changed, that we don't need the right to bear arms. That is completely false. I think you've seen firsthand what happens whenever you can look at third world countries, with countries that don't have that right to bear arms. You see what happens to them. Just look at, this whole Coney thing that happened. That's recent times. That's not back then. That's not Wild West times. America is the way it is, I guess is a better way to say it, because of our rights and because of our laws that we currently have in place. Now, what Holmes did in Colorado was not the gun that did that. People kill people. People use weapons, and it was, in this case, it was guns that he used. But however, this guy was, very smart in regards to making explosive things of that nature. He could have easily blown up the theater, and we would have been talking about stuff like fertilizer instead. So I just want this notion that guns is what kill people, squash, because guns do not kill people. People kill people. And here's a 40 caliber gun, 40 caliber handgun, an AR-15, which is mainly the debate right now is really about assault rifles in general. This is an assault rifle. It's an AR-15. There was a variation of that weapon used in Aurora, and a 12-gauge shotgun. And here's a 12-gauge shotgun. Now, a lot of people have different opinions on, what kind of gun you should own, and what's the purpose of it. Now, let me tell you my personal thoughts on that. A handgun is very light, portable, and I use this handgun for home defense. Now, a lot of people have their opinions on home defense, saying, well, maybe that's all you need is a pistol, you don't need a shotgun. Now, that all depends on where you live. Now, a shotgun, is pretty much used for sport, clay shooting, or self-defense also. Now, the sound alone, if somebody breaks in the house, they hear that usually can scare people away. But you just don't, I can't question why somebody would have a shotgun, for home defense, because you could very well need a shotgun to handle different things. A lot of people that live out in the country might have to deal with coyotes and stuff of that nature, wild animals, that bears, whatever. You're gonna need something bigger than a handgun to take out some of these animals out there. So you can't, I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't judge people with what they have. Now, assault rifle, I have an assault rifle. Now, this is the one gun that a lot of people are always telling me, well, why do you need an assault rifle? Nobody should have something like this, because there's nothing out there that threatens you like that. And a lot of people use it for sport. So my brother uses his to hunt. A lot of people have their opinions on that, saying, oh, you don't need to shoot, a deer, 15 times in the head with that. That's true, you don't. But the way I look at it is this: you never know what you might need your guns for. So an assault rifle, an AK-47, because President Obama has specifically targeted that gun, saying that that belongs in the hands of soldiers, not in the hands of civilians. In Mexico right now, the drug cartels own a lot of illegal firearms, specifically assault weapons. I cannot sit here and say that some guy in Mexico that has an assault rifle doesn't need it. because you know what, if those drug cartel people with their assault rifles bust in there, he will need an assault rifle. A handgun or shotgun isn't going to be enough against 4 or 5 guys in there. That's a situation that fortunately for us in America we don't have to deal with right now, but however, you just don't know what's going on with the people next door. So who knows if somebody's plotting something? Who knows if there's some kind of, you know, revolution brewing? Who knows what might happen, whether far-fetched or not, whether if somebody believes that their gun is for, you know, zombies, you know, who am I to, you know, judge them and say that's insane? Because we just never know. You don't know what can happen in the future. You know, I've seen a movie where it was like a bunch of wild dogs go crazy. You might need an assault rifle for something like that, because a regular handgun for, you know, a pack of wild beasts, you know, is not going to be sufficient, or a shotgun. If you get overrun by a bunch of, you know, citizens or people that go crazy, you know, they might not be zombies, but if something happens to where there's just a bunch of, you know, homes just start running around going nuts, you might need an assault rifle for that. It would be unfortunate if something were to happen to us, like say some country came in and started taking over us and they had assault weapons and we were left with nothing but handguns and shotguns to defend ourselves. And then what? Then everybody's gonna be like, man, remember that time when we, you know, we told everybody we didn't need assault rifles? Now I think we do. So that's my opinions on it. You know, obviously, you know, everybody has their own opinion on guns. Obviously, I'm pro gun. I believe in the Second Amendment. So this is Siggy saying peace. I'm out of here.